Got a really entertaining video for you guys today. It's quite literally just going to be building stairs. Yep, I made this staircase design. I'm decently proud of it. I would have hoped for a little bit more black to show up when looking at it from standing height, but looks pretty good overall, so I'm happy with it. But I have to copy paste it to the other side, as well as making these ramps, because today is finally going to be the hub episode. But we're starting with the top floor because I actually know what I want on the top floor. I'm not sure what I want in the actual interior yet. So yeah, this is quite literally just going to be me building stairs for now. We'll go from there. Alright, slight intermission, I guess. I think this is coming along pretty nice. I took away one sign, so I left a gap, and I think it looks much better. It looked fine from above, but like looking straight at it, it looked mediocre at best. Now it looks much better, and I did that for every staircase, so that's done. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do here. I wanted to maybe try something with walkways, but I would have wanted the straight walkway. The issue is there are no longer versions of every walkway with no fences, which is fine. I did all the signs there, I just never pasted the green to them. These rails aren't painted, but they are in place, and obviously got both staircases. And as you've seen, I just painted the entirety of everything in here black. Like, place feels open, but honestly, I think I might like add steel. Like steel ramps to make the ceiling look a little bit less infinite. Yeah, that does actually kind of look cool. So if you walk in with your light, you'll be able to see the full framework. And this episode is probably going to be out around Christmas, I'm guessing. It might even be after, because I pre-recorded so many episodes. Alright, so the radiation adventure has gone pretty well, seeing how we have 2,400 fuel rods plus... Okay, well these don't have any in them. I presume because power, for some reason, is not connected. Even though it should, and I have a sneaking suspicion that is because I messed around with the train stations a little bit, so I bet the power grid just disconnected. Now you might be like, well, why did I mess with the train stations? And the short answer is we're getting nuclear reactors down today, and, well, I say we're getting nuclear reactors down today. They're already down, ready to go, because I've spent so long editing that on my free time I've finished an entire other project, which is just great. Which 10 fully overclocked power plants is still a lot. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, that's a lot. Because that would be 25. But we have the fuel rod production for 40 fully overclocked nuclear power plants. So when you put it like that, it's not quite as horrendous. Just curious to see if the railway system works. Obviously going to have to put hella train signals, but... Cause yeah, I need to finish train signaling this track. Like, the train signals still stop here at the aluminum. Like, they don't go for any of this bit at all. There are a couple, like I put the ones around this station and around the new stations. But other than around the stations themselves, there aren't any along the rails. So they can collide along the rails. I was considering putting these trains on a separate network, as they are significantly more important and higher priority. And I always could, I do have that side platform right there. So I could make a separate rail just for those two, if it ever becomes a problem. But realistically, the map is so big and there's admittedly minimal traffic when they're traveling, what, 20-25 kilometers around the map once the trail network's gonna be done. Like, even now it takes me just 10 minutes to go from the desert to the base by train, and it's gonna be twice as long for a full map loop. Oh, well, at least I got the station right, so that's a good start. Okay, well, that means that train is just good to go. That's 400 fuel rods coming in. Oh, God. You know what? Let's just send it. Does this have power? We're just gonna fire it up and hope it works. So that means this thing has water. Yes, I can see it. I don't even have to run over there, okay? Well, let's just send it. If we have a large-scale nuclear disaster, then we have SCIM up our booty holes. Why not celebrate by causing massive nuclear destruction? So yeah, this is 10 extractors. I might downclock them to 240% at some point. The reason for that is, well, one, it makes exactly 6,000. But the thing is, at 250 they use the full 600 water, and 600 water is problematic. Full Mark II usage is very bad. It is never a good thing. It always causes problems, even if you know, optimize it. And I could just do 249 and go like barely below. But that's not going to be enough. At 240, I am still only 24 water down. And I get exactly an even 6,000 megawatts, which with 40 times 6,000, it's still going to be way enough power for what we need. And with the full 250, I believe it's like 270 or something like that. Something stupid. No, 250,000. So yeah, this plant is capable of a max theoretical of 250,000. Look at this. We just went from like 40,000 capacity to 120k. I didn't consider the power augmenters as part of my calculations for power. Of course, the music is perfect right as I do this. Early development just starts playing like an absolute Chad. Wait, no, this isn't early development. This is Peltzman effect, right? Yes, this is Peltzman effect, or whatever the heck it is. The thing is they're so rare now that I get them confused because I don't hear them enough anymore. Like, Peltzman effect in early development, which is now called Pygmalion effect, I believe. And I screwed this up because I always do. They're pretty rare now. They used to play like max once every 30 minutes. Now they play like once every couple hours. And I don't necessarily think that's because the songs got rarer. It's just there's so many more songs now that the odds of getting the good ones are much lower. And they are to an extent regional locked. Like that little snippet of the very good song I got there was only about 20 seconds long near this bauxite node. Because it's probably a song that plays in this area, and this bauxite node is considered in this area. So as soon as I went like here-ish, it instantly stopped. Gonna have to do an episode doing batteries. And you know what? I might honestly just make it this episode, because I don't want to start advanced aluminum because I'm not 100% ready yet. Also, what kind of waste is this producing? Holy hell. This is a full Mark V belt of waste. I didn't really calculate waste because I was like, there's no way it's going to be that much. I'll deal with it later. But that was a Mark V belt of waste for a while. Yeah, we're already at like a lot. So I think I should do the reasonable thing and turn off even more of these. In fact, I think I'm going to turn off like 7 of them. I'm going to put, not only going to turn them off, but like I'm going to put them on standby. And plus, as soon as I get Mark V belts, the turbo fuel is going to go up like at least double in production. Because it's at half efficiency right now, the turbo fuel. So like, we won't need this nuclear project. I just kind of wanted to do it, just in case. Tier 9 needs a lot of power. And plus having a lot of power is like great. But like, yeah, we do not need this much. Like, this is still plenty. This seems like an absolute block signal pain. But talking about lag, the optimization in 1.0 is like wild. I'm still at like 55 to 60 FPS, unless I'm building, but that's because there's a shadow leak bug right now, so when you build the game gets, actually that's not even that bad. If I go in the customizer and go somewhere with like a lot of platforms linked, such as like right here, it gets very bad, because there's a shadow leak, meaning shadow is never really properly clear from RAM. Or VRAM, one of the two, I don't know. Point is, it's kind of like the Update 8 bug, where things would never unrender and it would infinitely load your VRAM until eventually the game just imploded or the VRAM cleared. So it's that, but on a less extreme scale. And I'm not on X3D, which might surprise a lot of people, seeing how this is my most played game, and I still did not go for an X3D CPU. Yeah. And I don't regret it, because I get way more of a benefit from extra cores than X3D on the average games I play, such as like Beam and G. Yep, that's it for this episode. Train signals are officially done. I don't know what we're going to be doing next time, but it's probably going to be advanced aluminum. So, hope you're excited for that because it's going to be long and tedious.